What is up, Maple Boomers? Zach here. I got a special boss breakdown video today. I had mentioned it in one of my last videos here, but you guessed it, we got a boss breakdown of Black Mage. Now, a couple things I just want to level set before I have you guys view this. It's a failed attempt from my perspective. It's a group of 6 players. We all went in together, no voice comms. It was all just in game, which is, you know, not ideal. But I wanted to kind of give you guys the authentic pickup group experience of sorry, that's my dog, of Black Mage in Challenger World 2 with the current power level that most players are at right now on rental gear. I was actually the highest combat power in the party, and I still died out. Which, again, combat power doesn't really matter. It's all about the mechanics and how well you do the fight. So, again, I just want to level set. I'm still not great at Black Mage. It's a struggle for me still. I haven't soloed it even on my main yet. Very close to doing so. So, I just want you guys to see, you know, get an early taste if you're in Challenger World 2 and you know, Black Mage is like one of your ultimate goals. I want you to see how close you can get with only a little bit of experience, some patience, and just keeping your cool. Alright, it's a little bit of a longer one. I think it's about a 16-minute fight, but I hope you guys learned something. Thank you guys so much for all the support. We're close to 300 subs, so that's awesome. Thank you guys. Really appreciate that. And yeah. Alright, so getting into this, just full transparency. This recording was done after my group here had failed with our first attempt together. So we had actually done a first fight as a group with about... we got to phase 3, and then we all like started dying out. So then we were like, okay, let's run it back. And then I was like, oh, you know what? I should probably record this. So this boss breakdown maybe was close to not even happening, because I didn't even think to record the first attempt. But it's good I didn't, because again, we all died out in phase 3. So a couple things with Black Mage. Nice voice crack. This is a very, very, very complex, mechanically complex fight, as it should be. This was like the penultimate fight for a long time. A couple things you gotta know is there's 4 phases. This is what you're seeing now as phase 1. All you gotta know in phase 1 is the meta right now in a pickup group is 1 or 2 people are gonna snare these 2 guys in the middle here, while everybody else goes all the way to the right, which you should have seen me do. And then in the 10 or the 20 seconds that the bosses are snared and Origin snared, you guys burst it down and just skip phase 1 basically. You don't actually skip it, but that's what you just saw there. That's the meta. Usually before you guys go into the Black Mage fight, you'll kind of coordinate who's got stun in P1 or who's got P1 altogether. Because if you have high enough damage, that's what you're doing. P2 is where the actual boss Black Mage begins. I'm gonna link Rath GMS's boss breakdown, like his actual boss breakdown of it, because there's a lot of mechanics. The only thing, so if you have no experience with Black Mage, the one thing I want you to know before you even try to understand it, you have 12 lives, and you can see in the bottom, like it's in the bottom right corner of my screen next to my Urda fragments and stuff. That's your life tracker. You can lose lives 2 ways. And you can lose them very quickly. So you can, obviously if you die, you lose a life. All of Black Mage's attacks are basically color-coded, either white or black. Or I think it's like red, or, you know, probably light or darkness, we'll call it. So if you see those balls falling right now, those are like, they got like a white hue to them. That's going to afflict you with the light, I guess, element or whatever you want to call it. You don't want to get hit with both elements. You can take any hit from one source, and it'll disappear after about 5 seconds, the debuff it applies to you. But if in that time you get hit with an opposite color attack, you will lose a life, if that makes sense. So if you're looking at all the attacks here, the chains that are coming down, those are dark elemental. They afflict you with like the red, it looks like black or red. Again, we're just going to call it darkness. It afflicts you with that debuff. And I'm fine to take any other subsequent attacks from attacks that are that color. But if the second I touch a light or you know, one of those orbs up there, I'm gonna lose a life. And not only do you lose a life, you become skill locked, and then you're kind of very susceptible to losing more lives. So it's very dangerous. Now I haven't really even talked about the mechanics here in phase 2. So let me just again speak to from the perspective of a pickup group for Black Mage. The way it's going to go, and you can kind of see the chat here. There's groups that are going to be doing bursts, and like you're basically coordinating when you guys are doing your snares, and that's how you'll kind of approach this entire fight. So you'll have like group 1 who's going to take care of phase 1, group 2 which is going to be doing the burst immediately in phase 2, and then as soon as I mean hopefully your burst isn't back up in time for phase, like how is this to explain it? Hopefully your burst doesn't come back up during phase 2 for everybody. Hopefully you're entering phase 3 before then. But if you need to burst again, you guys would burst again in phase 2. Because again, you want to try and save your origin snares for the next phase, if that makes sense. So we're entering phase 3. This is where the long, like, a very long part of this fight's going to be, is in phase 3 here. Phase 3 is where things really slow down. So again, I really haven't had much time to explain a lot of the mechanics and what's going on. Phase 2, there was a full map attack. I didn't really even call it out because I was explaining. Basically, it's the only real threat during phase 2. Phase 3 is just bullet hell. There's full map attacks. There is stuff raining down all the time. All the different elemental attacks I kind of mentioned. You have to be watching very cautiously. There's a Magnus orb around Black Mage. So in order to even hurt him at full damage, you have to be inside the Magnus orb. You know, if you ever fought Magnus, he's got that aura around him. So you have to be close to him. But at the same time, every time you're attacking him, you can kind of see I have the rainbow silhouette around him. I think it's like every 3 or 4 seconds, he does like a kick that knocks you back and applies a darkness. I think it's darkness or light. It applies one of the elementals on you. I think it's actually light. This is a full map attack. The full map has 2 variants. You either have to get up on one of the portals or one of the platforms on the top of the screen, or you have to hide beneath one of the platforms. A lot of the mechanics in this fight are like, I think I just lost the life here. I think I got sealed. A lot of the mechanics in this fight are, there you go. That's a proper life loss. I got the life. You saw the animation. I got the lock around me, so I lost the life, and I got skill locked. But a lot of the mechanics in this fight are like split second. Split second, you have to be ready to do something. And Ren, as a class, makes it very easy to do Black Mage as a whole, up until phase 3, because of, again, your dash. I mention this all the time. The dash, or the teleport, is so strong, along with the bunny hop, that I use it a lot in this phase to avoid those roly-poly guys, the dark elemental guys that kind of rain down and fall. Those are one of the bigger threats in this phase. So this is another full map. We have to go up because the ground starts cracking. So let's get a little sip of coffee here. The basically what's happening and what we're trying to do here. I just got skill locked. We're basically all just trying to stay alive and DPM if we can, and we're just kind of waiting for people's bursts to be up. And when the bursts are up, then we're all going over DPSing. Some people are DPMing. It's not going well for me right now. I came into this fight, I think, into phase 3 with 11 lives. I'm now down to 8. So basically, right now I'm playing very cautiously. I'm very scared because I'm realizing my phase 3 is not very strong. Again, this is totally fine if you guys kind of are like, again, in a pickup group, it's kind of expected. You kind of, between the burst timers for people, you kind of just do your own thing. You hug, like if the boss is all the way to the right, you're hugging left, trying to stay safe between the bursts, and that's okay. If your mechanics aren't the strongest, which is what I'm doing. Again, I didn't even say this in the beginning, but I am not claiming to be a Black Mage expert. This is coming from somebody who has never soloed Black Mage. I have a lot of ground to cover still. There's a lot of work I have to do with this boss for myself. So please don't be too hard on me in the comments. I know I'm not playing optimally. I'm just kind of giving you a perspective of like this is probably the average pickup group, the average way you should be playing. Phase 1 you skip. Phase 2 you basically just one burst it as a group, if not 2 burst it. Phase 3 is where hell breaks loose. So right now I'm very scared. I know I have 8 lives. I'm like, I want to just make it to phase 3, and I know my burst is up in 15. So I'm actually going to coordinate here with the group in a moment, I think. My origin's not up, but I'm just waiting. Right now I'm waiting for somebody to initiate their burst, and you'll see it by the origin flashing. The reason you do the groups of 2, the 3 different groups, is every time everybody's burst is up, everybody has there's always an origin snare happening on the boss. So that's like the trigger that you guys see to all do your burst. Or, you know, if you're able to coordinate or to communicate quick enough. I'm not. I'm like fully like panicking right now, so I can't really even type in the chat. There you go. There's an origin. I'm now getting ready to follow up doing my burst. One thing I've learned after fighting Black Mage during this attempt is in phase 3, right here, when you're doing your origin or when you're doing your burst, you are so vulnerable. You're not immune to getting lives taken away from you. You won't die just because like you're life stealing through it, but you can take the 2 different color attacks and just lose lives like super quickly. So you have to be very careful. Bursting is still scary too. Now looking at the fight right now, you might be thinking, wow, you have 8 lives. Things are going great. Like there's only 1 phase left after this. This is phase 3. I want you to be aware how quickly things can go bad. So again, right now I have 8 lives. I'm not even explaining how I'm dodging everything. Those roly-polies on the ground, those are a big threat. This is where I kind of take a lot of trouble here. I just kind of fumbled that. I got stuck. I couldn't make it to the platform, so I took 1 life there. I was so sure I was dead from those roly-polies, so I was kind of just chilling. I'm just staying dead because I'm like still panicking. My origin is up, so I'm gonna try. I think I try and communicate here with my group to let them know. I think 30 seconds. I'm seeing. Yeah, 30 seconds on my timer. Yeah, look, I'm like panicking. I don't even know how to get to party chat right now. There you go. I'm like pulling up all the wrong things. I'm so stressed, you guys, during this fight. I really wanted to clear. There you go. 15 seconds. So I'm gonna be the one to initiate here. Ideally, during phase 3 here, you would you would burst after he does a full map attack. That's when everybody recommends to do your bursts. So you're not at threat of taking a full map attack while you're all doing your burst. I'm at 7 lives. Let's see. This is a precarious spot. I'm like bullet hell dodging. This is the full map attack. Look at that. I just lost 2 lives that quickly. So what happened was I was stuck in a spot. I did not have my iframe, so I couldn't avoid taking the skill lock, and then I just took a death. So I took 2 deaths really quickly. I'm doing my origin here, initiating that for the team. Just bursting. Again, you're not safe during burst, so I take a bunch of attacks here. I'm in dark element right now, panicking in the corner. I'm just trying to avoid stuff. I'm not even seeing it in my roar. Trying to get a little more damage. All right, I'm jumping away, trying to get safe here. 5 lives, down from 8 when I pointed that out. I'm just like staying nearby because I want to help DPN. Because I'm like, oh, we can get phase 3. If I have 5 lives, phase 3, it's free. And the DPM slows down. So this is at this point is what I should have done would be just go and get safe. Another full map. I'm iframing here, just trying to not die during the full map attack. Now, yeah, my teammate's pointing out to stay safe because we can't kill it. We can't DPM it before the next burst phase. So the plan. Oh, I take another death there. What I should have done was I had my blink available. I should have, after I did the bunny hop, I should have just held blink and just like, floated into the air. But that's just a hands issue because I'm already holding 1 key for that jump. My blink is on my F row, so it's kind of hard to get to it. I'm back to just hovering the left, trying to stay safe over here. I'm getting bounced around. Oh god, it's going so bad now. I have dark elemental, so I'm just trying to avoid all the light elemental stuff right now. I take the roly-polies, didn't die, which is surprising. Take another hit from roly-polies, still alive. I'm not even attacking, I'm just fully focusing on living right now. This person calls out after full map attack will do burst. So this one is raised in the air. I'm iframed just because I'm scared of taking the light elemental attack from those guys. I still die anyways. It's just going. It's so bad now. I'm just fully. My mental is shot. I know I'm gonna die out. We burst here. Again, I didn't learn. Sorry, my dog's barking. I didn't learn my lesson before of like when you get your burst as best you can and just try and get safe after that. I took a couple dark elemental attacks. I didn't die, fortunately. He's so low. I'm getting greedy here. I'm like, okay, we can phase him. I should just stick to him, hold my attack. I really should have just went and got safe here. With 3 lives, it's bad. It's dire. Things are dire right now. Light element on me. Look at all that. Look at all that stuff on the screen. There's no way to dodge that without iframe. So it's basically over. Like I'm at 2 lives. I should have been much safer at like after I reached like the 5 live mark. I should have just played it safe and just stayed for bursts. I took another death there. That's like basically the last death I can take. I didn't read the message for which type of full map attack it was. I did not have iframe, so I just died. I took a basically a free death. So I'm at 1 life. You technically, if you're skilled enough, you can make it through phase 3 with 1 life. With a group like this with 5 people, I'm not that skilled. So we're still alive. We're not dead yet. We're about to see if we can get to phase 3. The boss still has the barrier on. Burst is not up for about 30. Right into bullet hell. I spawn in and I'm just covered in orbs. So right now I'm not even worried about DPing the boss. I'm gonna try and scoot my way over there. I know I'm basically dead, so I'm just like doing what I can. If I make it out of this phase, great. But if I die, whatever. At this point, I kind of deserve it. So we phase it. Phase 4. This is the final phase. It's generally free. Like most people don't die during this phase, but I'm not most people, and you're about to see me take a death here. Spoiler alert. So, I mean, this phase is just. It's pretty much cake. You guys just you all do your DPS or your bursts. You just cycle it. Somebody already origined. I'm like panicking because I'm at 1 life. I can't really afford to contribute too much. So I'm bursting here. I'm like, okay, screw it. I'm low. Let me get my healing fountain down. Let me do what I can. I see another person origin. So I'm like, cool. Let me burst. I should have played safer. This is a full map attack. I just eat a bunch of black orbs there. Trying to live here, trying to heal. I should have had some healing fams out on myself too, but I had DPS fams. And I'm just not even trying to focus on DPM. I'm so scared, just trying to stay alive. 2 black orbs on me simultaneously, and I'm dead. So my phase 4 mechanics aren't the best. My black mage as a whole is not the best. I know I didn't do a great job explaining the fight itself. That's not really what I wanted to, like, there's not enough time for me to explain all the mechanics in this fight. So what I would recommend before you go into this fight is a lot of practice modes. I want you to go in and find groups to practice with if you've never done it before. Phase 1 and 2 are cake. Phase 3 you saw took like the majority of that fight. And phase 3 is where everything goes to shit. That's where I was doing, like, the boss had like 30 to like 25% health, and I still had like 8 lives. And I died 7 times in the amount of time it took to bring the boss down from 30%. So I just want to illustrate again, this is just to kind of show you guys their end POV and how poorly things can go, how quickly things can go south. It's nothing to be upset about. Like I don't have the footage. The game's down right now. I can't log in to show you. The rest of the group did end up clearing the boss, so my black mage attempted to get taken for the month. But that's just part of the game. You know, it happens. I was really hoping to clear it because I'm like 200 points away from liberating in my Genesis pass. So I was like, oh, cool. If I can clear Black Mage, I can liberate this week. But it just didn't happen. So it's okay. Next month we'll do it. I'll do it again. I'll do like hopefully a full clear. And I'll get you guys another boss breakdown. This one, again, I didn't really want to focus on explaining the mechanics too much. I gave you a little bit of a foundation. There's better like mechanic breakdowns for that. I'm just here I just want you to see what the fight looks like. And the first like 10 minutes of the fight went great. Like I had like 8 lives, and then everything went south really quickly. Again, please don't be too tough on me in the comments. This is, again, I'm not a giga end gamer. Black Mage is still kind of an achievement for myself to clear solo. I haven't done it. So if you guys are in the same boat as me, I'll put out more videos on this on my next attempts, and we'll hopefully clear it at some point in the future. If you have any questions, feel free to put them down below. The game will be back up in a couple hours, so I hope you guys, I wish you guys fun times with the new events that are coming. And yeah, look out for more videos from me on all various types of stuff. Hopefully you learned something here, and if not, I don't blame you. This was a bit of a weird video. So, alright, thanks for watching, guys. Take care.